Welcome to this EQ Talks with phenomenal women across the borders. And it's always said that women are too emotional. What if I told you that's our superpower? I know a woman, this is a story about one woman. She was always told that she was too sensitive. So she believed it. And so at work, she became quiet. She held herself back from speaking up. And at home, she struggled with setting boundaries. And she thought her emotions is making her weaker. One day, she had enough. And, that, that day, she, instead of fighting with her emotions, she started noticing that her own intuition, that superpower that she has been ignoring, had guided her in better decision making. And her empathy, the fact that she was, told that she's too soft or she's too sensitive or she's too weak, that had helped her nurture herself and the family around her, which has made her a strong leader. And how she was resilient herself to bounce back, even though she's not going to like it, she's not really feeling good about it, but she was always there for her family and the team. So this made her think that the same emotions that she was hiding has become her strength. So it is not about controlling emotions, right? All of us go through this. How many of you here as a woman can resonate to what I'm saying? So it's really not about how we are controlling our emotions. It's about learning the wisdom coming out of those emotions and to be able to use it wisely, powerfully, and fiercely. So that's exactly what we are going to talk by bringing two phenomenal women who has mastered these elements in their own life. At this point of time, still learning, growing, and also empowering other people around them. So I'm going to ask people who are watching us, just give us, before I could invite our guest, I just want you to engage with me with one superpower that you think as a woman that you have, that you fail to recognize in you so far. In that sense, I'm just going to say a hi, hello to my people who are watching this. Happy vibes, Arvind Mota. I'm going to invite my guest. Happy vibes. So that is Gayatri, and let's see who else is there. Hi, Saini. Welcome.
Hi, Brinda. Hi, Gary. Nice meeting you all.
Hi, Brinda.
Yes.
Hi, Sani. Good evening.
Okay.
Good evening.
Gayatri, you're there?
Yeah, I'm here.
There.
Can you hear
I'm
me?
not able to see you, Gayatri.
1 second.
So I'm gonna say a hi to Ramya Muniappan, Yamili, right? Yamini. Okay. So sorry to butcher the names. Vaishnavi Srinivasan, hi there. So,
Yeah, that is. Yeah, my video is not seen here. You can't see my video,
yes.
but you
You
can
want to
hear me.
log in again?
Okay.
Yeah, we can. I can hear you well. How about you, Sani? Can you see her?
Yes, I can see her.
I
I
can
can see
see
her.
all the three of you, all the two of
Really?
you.
But
Yes.
I'm not able to see my guest.
Oh.
You wanna log in back, Gayatri? I'm gonna invite you
Yes,
again.
I will do it again. So I'll close
Thank
it
you
and
so
come back.
much.
Yeah, thank
Thank you
you.
so much. So, how are you feeling, Saini?
I'm excited. I'm excited because, just meeting you all, celebrating International Women's Day, and such powerful woman you are that you are just getting all of us into the group and doing it every day. It's such a lovely experience of inspiration. I mean, it's very inspirational. It's so much to learn. And making impact for all of us,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
and
Thank,
hope
thank you for joining in. I can hear your voice back. All right. Okay. So thank you, Gayatri, also for joining in. And happy Women's Day to both of you, to us, to all the women out there who's watching us. Thank you so much for tuning in. So Ramya says she can see you also, Gayatri. So right now we're all set. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Lovely. So how are you feeling, Gayatri?
I'm super excited to be live. So, like, very thrilling.
Thrilling, right? Yeah, it's so for me also because Insta Live and handling logistics and being a host, it's super thrilling for me too. And also connecting with my guest is even more thrilling. Eating your brain and seeing what's going to flow through from your real, raw, powerful, experiences is something that I always look forward for these lives. I think it's going to become a perpetual habit for me. Hopefully, we'll do together, right? So, for the audience, right, I would just like you to introduce yourself, just saying your name again and what you do. You want to go, Gayatri? You want to go first?
Yeah, thank you so much, Brinda. First of all, I would like to humbly thank you for inviting me as your guest. So, I am Gayatri. So, I am the founder of Envision the Mind Studio. I am a Grapho Mind Script coach that is combining graphotherapy and other therapeutic tools which I've learned in psychology to help women who are 30 plus to raise their self-esteem and heal their relationship. So, that's my niche.
Lovely. Thank you, powerful. Signing? Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I'm Dr. Shaini Das. I'm a PhD by education, so that's why I'm not a doctor by profession, but doctorate by education. So I'm a mom of two teenage children, a professor by profession, and I'm a study abroad success coach. So what I do is I help high school and college students to plan their study abroad, and especially what I try to just be different than others is like I always feel study abroad is a family dream, family decision. So I bring on not only the student but the family, the parent, and some guardians to make decision together. So that's what I do.
Oh, so nice and highly educated guest. And you are not just empowered yourself, you're also on the way to empower other people around you, other than your family people near and dear. That is so, I think that's the superpower itself, right? We're just radiating our inner strength to others is itself is a super strength in us. Thank you so much, Saini. So, in essence, our understanding is, Saini, that you're into a niche where you're helping parents decide for their children to study abroad, and you bring this expertise because you have your own international exposure, that you have done your PhD in international places. So that itself is a huge achievement, and we want to know more about it in just in following questions. With Gayatri, she comes with a dynamic exposure. She herself is a dynamic personality, and she has a varied exposure. But in the interest of time, is where she limited herself to only mention one of her strength that she's right now working, which is graphotherapist, right? So she's also calling this as a mind script, right? Using the handwriting, which can determine personality traits as well as their goals. And you can help people, especially women, to carry their success not only at work, also in personal goals, which is very intriguing. So I want to eat your brains, more on that, like, also. But now, because we're celebrating womanhood, and this entire month, we want to recognize the that special quality as a woman, as an individual. So I want to make you wear that hat as a woman and tell me generically. So according to you, let me start with Sani this time. What is that one superpower that women generally at this day and age overlook at it? That they do have it, but they seem to be ignoring it.
Okay, for my case, it's always, I think, the instinct and the inner voice. So I always felt that is something we ignore. We ignore it, maybe because of the norms, social norms, or the stereotypes that we have. Sometimes we give, I mean, the modern generation, we give too much of importance to our right brain, which is about logical and reasoning. Even if our left brain says, okay, hang on, maybe this is not the right path to take, this is the right path, we just kind of not hear them. We don't really let our inner voices to make decisions. So that's what I feel is what not only my generation, but multiple generation is missing when they come to in as a woman. So I guess that's where they may have to just stop by. I always tell my daughter, like, she's 19, so I tell her, stop, listen to it, listen. And it's not that others are telling you have to do it. Listen to yourself. If you think that you can do it, you will be able to do it. So that was in my case, and I feel that's for everyone's case, especially for girl children and women. Yes.
Wow, such a goosebump thing, right? That taking that pause and listening to that inner wisdom is how much more important for them to navigate the challenges, right? Today's day and age, our generation or the previous generation, their challenge is totally different, and this generation comes with, unique challenges, that
Abs-
unnecessary things that
ab-
is in their plate to handle, and that too deciding to study abroad is something right. You and me can really relate to how life will be there outside our homeland. So that is really something, and we're doing a phenomenal job of that. Thank you. And I'll go to Gayatri to understand, according to you, what will be
Yeah.
that one superpower.
So for me, I have felt myself that the self-esteem is very important for women nowadays because they come with a generational pattern of having a low self-esteem, even though they have success in the profession, everything. The feeling of inadequacy, the need for approval from others, and the recognition for themselves, feeling enough is always missing for every woman of every age. Even though if they age, still they want some approval from the other somebody else outside. They can't feel enough for themselves. So that is the one thing majorly I wish to raise for the women, because that is when they can open their wings and see what is inside, no? Their talents, their deep desires. Otherwise, everything takes backseat, and the family and the children comes front, and they become a typical sacrificing. Not that somebody is forcing; they intentionally drop their deep desires, and they get fulfilled and satisfied by serving others and making other people happy. So I feel like it's a generational pattern that is always there inside. Few of them are able to break it, but not every one of them. So I wish to break this pattern by raising the self-esteem first for women. Whether they
Mm,
become financially free or they can just relax like a housewife or whatever they want to do. But still, I wish they have their self-esteem high so that they feel enough for themselves.
excellent, excellent. Fantastic. Those keywords, right? Uh, I feel enough, right? Or I am enough, like the previous guest says. So I want all these audiences who are watching, I'm just going to quickly say a hi, and again going to touch back what Gayatri said. Peaceful parenting. Lakshmi, all the way from UK. Thank you so much for being there in all the lives. Spiritual happenings. Wow. Okay, Pratiksha, thank you for joining in. So I want you to just type in the chat that I am enough. So that's something that I think even Saini, insisted on that inner voice, and what Gayatri is also trying to say is all about that self-esteem. How we regard ourselves is more important. On that note, I also want to bring the same. I want to write on the same lines, and to add on what you both just said. Uh, we as a woman, I think, as you rightly said, maybe it's a generational pattern that we were always told to leave our emotions at the doorstep and just look at what your in-laws say and your husband say, your kids want to do, when your teacher, your boss, and everything. It's always outside. And so will be our motivation also and validation also. So we tend to ignore the validation which is coming from inside. And we always lean on external validation. And so we get into FOMO and, comparison syndrome, perfection syndrome, everything just fall in place. Rightly for the wrong reason, right?
Yes,
So
correct.
that being said, thank you so much for the interest of your audience. My audience know what I'm doing. I am an emotional intelligence coach for women, teaching women how to achieve freedom from time, stress, and debts using emotional intelligence and artificial intelligence. So that's where I combine both the personal development and business development. And that's what I do for myself and for my family. I do the same thing for my community members. And here, what we are doing is we're just trying to compile those beautiful strengths that we all have as a, as a woman, as a coach, as an individual. That uniqueness is all converging at one point as an Insta live. It's just 30 minutes. It's going to be a powerhouse. So, following which, I'm just going to take one more step deep and ask you people, my lovely guest, to go inside you and tell me what one incident. In fact, these are the same questions that I asked my guest, but you should look at the angle and the flow of the every conversation goes is so deep and so insightful. Right after I finish all this Insta live this month, and just going to ask ChatGPT to rip apart all these wisdom and then going to make a big PDF and roll it out, right? So that will be huge treasure. And I want you to go back and think about any instance in your life, just like other previous guests I've mentioned. At any part of your life, have you felt that you were emotionally drained, just doing something for others or without your awareness, draining your self-esteem, going to the pit bottom of your life, and then finding that external influences and then be able to bounce back? Is there any area that it could be in your work life balance or in chasing your financial independence, parenting issues, relationship issues, anywhere that you could just cite as one area which transformed who you are right now? So you would like to go, Gayatri, this time?
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I can say like 25 full years I was there in that state, like physically draining and emotionally draining and not even knowing who I am. I was totally consumed by my children, my niece and nephews, my in-laws, and surrounded by family functions and meeting all these goals. And I had a lot of talents before when I was in child in the college also. I had a lot of talents, but I completely overlooked all these things. And suddenly one day after my middle age, I crossed my middle age. I suddenly looked back and saw like my life was null. Who am I? I couldn't even find myself. So I thought like, no, this is the time I have to step up. And I don't want to die like this. Actually, that was my inner voice telling. So I listened to that, like Sayani said. No, I don't want to die like this. I want to become someone before I die. So literally, I started learning because my graduation was psychology. So I pursued masters and I did a lot of certification. Still, something was not moving until I stepped into this graphotherapy, where I worked on my self-esteem first. That is the first step that helped me to open my wings and see who I am. And I started manifesting everything, all the bucket list, even from acting in a drama or becoming a stage director, which is not something like no out of the box. Everything happened to me for a passion. Abroad travel, where I wanted, I went there. So that much power I could gain after raising my self-esteem. So that I feel like no, this is a very great power. We should tap. Every woman should tap, and they have to live a free life. No, out of choice, they can do whatever they want, but it should not be like no, this is what you have. So,
Awesome.
so it was
That's
the my journey.
my God. So many years of I know I can relate to it. Even if it's just a few days or few months or few years, it does matter because how much of loss of time, and time itself is that it'll bring all that guilt. The loss of time itself is the killer guilt of anything that you want to do. That itself can pull us our self-esteem down. So that's a huge thing. And kudos to you. The way you have picked up a tool which can help you transform, that itself is something that not many of us can catch to do so. We were so emotional, I mean, so informationally overloaded that we are not able to pinpoint this is it. And you got your path. So you got the direction, right? So that's more
Divine
important.
blessings.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Gayatri.
Thank you.
I just quickly go to Sani to check with her.
Yes.
What's
In
yours?
fact, I come from a Bengali family. We never had gender discrimination in family. In my family, it was like I and my brother, we were just, raised equally. And it was my brother. I had best men in my life. My brother, elder brother, who actually pushed me to just take up my postgraduate studies out of the city, so all the way to Delhi to study. And then I met my husband, who was my fiance then. He pushed me to just go abroad, and I won all the scholarships because of his support. Like, I got Commonwealth Government Award, I got Rotary World Peace scholarships to University of California, Berkeley. I mean, name the scholarships, I just won them. That's because, and my professor who was a man, my dad who was a man. So when I look back, I see the men were kind of, I had very supportive men. It's not that they were just sent by angels, but because I could prove myself that I'm just right person to just go for the things that you'd like. They had confidence in me. They had understanding that yes, I can go and get my things done. So I think it's mutual. When you just make your family understand that you deserve it, they come forward to just back you up. And when we show that little weakness of our side, like we may not just do it. I mean, I don't remember I asked my dad, like, just give me a suggestion. He would always say, well, I have this suggestion, but the suggestion that or the decision that you are going to make, it's up to you. So that's how I was raised, and I raised my children, both my children, one girl and one boy, in equally the same way. So I think it's very very kind of fortunate. At the same time, I would say it's not that everything I just got it by not crying. I did cry. I had my share of cry, but every time I cried, I turned into more clear person. So my step of that experience is crying to clarity. So I cry, I break down. I mean, it's not that I'm a very strong person, but at the same time, there are occasions happened when I had to just cry out. I didn't mind crying. I did not feel that is my weakness. I just go to a safe space, my room, and I just lock myself and I cried. The moment I cry, there is a superpower in me which just makes me so clear. I know what I'm going to get it now. I say, wait, now it's going to be a tough job for you. So, that's how I have always just created myself. This is how I created my strength in it. So, to just a nutshell, I would say that if you are not fortunate coming from a family who is supportive, maybe you need to just prove yourself that you can do on your own. So that is one thing. And the secondly, that there is nothing called weaknesses. Every action that we take is powerful. Even weakness, each weakness can make you powerful. Whatever it is, if you have to just identify, if you think that's what helps you, use it. Use it for yourself.
Awesome. There. A lot of things, right? So if I just have to catch some, yeah, you want to say something, Gayatri?
No, I just showed heart to her.
Oh, okay.
The code.
The other day, one guest of mine brought her child, and then so she started this trend of diamond hearts, like instead of red
Yeah.
hearts, right? So, by the way, both of you were getting hearts in the chat,
Oh,
Oh,
right? So,
thank you
yeah,
so much.
right. Before I could spill out something and then move you both to the next section, just going to say a big shout out for Pratiksha. She has written, I'm enough. You are. Ramya, I'm enough. You are too. And UM Bhala, right?
Uma Bal.
1968. Hi there. Okay. And then B Aliens. Really? Hi there. Okay. Thank you so much for joining in. So from okay, Chutti Ponnu. Okay, joined. Oh, okay.
My niece,
You know her.
she's my
You oh, okay.
she's just she's always there in my Insta. Thank you so much, Mona. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mona. So keywords from what Chinese just spoke is being vulnerable and the men in the life as equal share. I think I also I've mentioned this in the previous live also. Uh, we are who we are. I think in the contribution of the masculinity around us. In my case, I don't have a big credentials behind me, neither in academics. I'm just a very moderate, average student, but extremely passionate in what I do, in whatever I want to do, both for myself, for my family, or for others. So with that, right, the the men around me at work or personally, starting from my dad, my brother, like when you were talking about your brother, I think I could relate 100%. Right, I have an elder brother too, so we travel through even now thick and thin, and we have a different, unique relationship. Just cannot be unparalleled, right? Despite of any fights and other things, we always bounce back. So after that, my husband, and in between the marriage and the family things, we get into career, and then I've got wonderful managers, I've got wonderful directors that I worked under. All of them were men, unfortunately, but very fortunate to have those leadership. I worked under those leadership, and then that's how I think. I've imbibed a lot of leadership traits, whatever is needed for work and even for personal. When I, put out something to my child, I was just reflecting as to where did I get this from? This is purely, working under those kind of leadership is really, somewhere it definitely influences you. And being vulnerable, when you say cry, right? Crying. I think you just cannot beat that thing, right? It's an intrinsic motivator by itself. You don't need anybody. You, especially right after you cry. And I'm so thankful for your validation. I once upon a time, until 2 years time, I used to feel that I'm the only one and all that, and then it's making me feel emotional and all that. But I don't think so. Even between relationship, right? It just gives you a clarity.
Right.
And what is the next step? What's the logical next step? So I think it's a little bit of emotional outburst, which is in the form of tears, which definitely is not going to harm anybody, and definitely not yourself, because it will only going to empower you more, because with the right kind of clarity and you will not do that mistake again. At least we will never go back to repeat the same thing, because we don't want to cry, keep crying. Nobody wants to, right? So that's why I started this, Insta Live with saying that emotions or the outburst of those things are not weakness. It's something that we don't have to control. It's just that superpower which is coming and telling us something. We just have to keep our eyes and ears open for that data point. So nicely put. And this is essentially what I do also. And I teach and preach and walk the talk and do whatever I do, whatever works for me, and whatever mistakes I have done, I don't want others to do. So that's exactly what I do also. Um, so
Once again,
coming to yeah.
when you both talked about crying, so I just want to add a small tip where I used to say, like, no, the salt water coming from the eyes. Actually, salt water is the one which is storing the memory in the brain. Brain needs salt to store memory. So these salt water is like, no, unwanted memories are being shed out, no, letting go. When salt water is coming out, you are letting go of that emotions. The storage is getting cleared actually. So that's why crying is very good.
And no doubt that it's a beautiful release mechanism.
Yes.
Correct.
Wow. Scientifically, I got some insight today. Wow. Super, Gayatri. Thank you for adding that. So, where
See,
are we?
it
Like, what is it?
makes your
Sorry?
EQ. It makes your EQ more powerful.
I know. And see, when it's validated, right?
Yes.
So
Much.
you not just the emotional component. When I say emotional intelligence, it's not just the emotional part of it. It is also has to be blended with the logical data,
Absolutely.
right? If there is a scientific validation, it's got to be a beautiful. You're going to be assertive and authentic in what you want to do. So emotional intelligence is always a blend of both the brains, right? And where are we right now in my section is after so many beautiful things coming. And okay, so right now I'm going to ask you, with all this wisdom that you have gained with your personal experiences, struggles, and that strategies that you have used, for our audience, just can you give us one game changer tip that has helped you? As I always say, it could be in the form of a ritual, best practice, or a success mantra, something secretly that you have been working on that you have not shared it with anybody. You can do so now. You want to go signing for this time?
Okay, so for me, it's always I felt my self-respect. That is something. I never unguard it. It's always protected deep inside me. So what I always like is I do things which I feel that I'm respected. I be at place where I feel that I'm respected, whether it's home or it's outside. My family members, my kids, my husband, everybody knows that I have boundaries. If somebody wants to push that boundaries, I'm not going to just accept it wholeheartedly. So there'll be a pushback. No, so they know that there's just going to be a pushback. So I think I'm one is the clear communication what you expect. Sometimes we expect without communicating to the other person. So I always communicate to my people around me at work or at home that this is how I am, this is what I'm going to expect. So I expect your boundaries, you expect mine, and there should be a very clear communication between us. Even if it's your life partner, there is always a chances of miscommunication. So it's better to be clear. So for me, self-respect and clear communication is one thing that I always kind of these are my two tools, my left and right hand tool. I always carry with me. I never left it at home. I always carry with me, and I just use it whenever the things happen, and that helps me to just keep myself strong.
Wow. I'm so thankful. This is not just for the audience. As much as I want to connect with my different kind of guests every other day, I'm learning and empowering myself, whether you realize it or not. Thank you so much for doing that and sharing those insights.
In fact,
So,
education also we say, our education has changed. Now we say peer learning. So every student in the classroom, they learn each other. So every interaction that we have it, trio or, do whatever interaction we have, we learn from each of others' experiences. So it's equally experiential learning for me and Gayatri.
absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you. If only we continue to do this, not just on Insta Live, also, spread this kind of a habit within our families and friends. And gone are those days like we talk hours together on phones. Now it's
Yes.
just one template for every occasion, right? Even if it's going to be a birthday or an anniversary, just a template or
Smiley.
Diwali or any occasion. Smiley. So it's somewhere it's still painful, but I think it's important to revive back all that. And charity begins at home within ourselves, and then be able to be lead by example, right? Thank you so much for touching upon that. So I'm waiting for Gayatri's
Yeah,
nuggets.
yeah. So what I wish is like about what I want to tell here is like everyday ritual is very, very important. Like everyday neural network rewiring is very important because we are keeping changing because our cells are shedding and new cells are coming and we have to keep on adding that new memory inside new cells every day so that we do everything in the autopilot mode. So for that, I have a specific ritual every day morning. The moment I wake up, I start with my gratitude for whatever I have. Next, immediately, I will go with the visualization of meeting my future self and ask questions like how these challenges you crossed, and I'll get answers from my future self so that I can implement today to cross the challenges. And with that visualization, I will sit and write the graphotherapy, which is required to be written, custom made according to the need of my, whatever strength I need. I will sit and write a graphotherapy, and that's it. I can see like no magic happening that day
Wow.
completely.
Wow.
I say this with conviction because I have used it, enjoyed it, and I have created results in my community also. With this, I have 10 to 15 video testimonials from them that this is super powerfully working for them.
Awesome, Gayatri. Awesome. And we can feel that conviction that when you clearly, neatly you have laid down the path. This is what it is, step by step. And it definitely involves both the brains. And I'm so happy all three of us are touching this brain science, which is what is, I just, made a headline for this entire theme of EQ talks, right? Emotional quotient is nothing but making use of both your logical and emotional creative brain together. And when insights are coming based on the brain size, I will be the first one to be delighted. And I'm going to use all your insights for my community as well. So just to add on to when I have to write on the same lines what you guys are sharing, just another bit, an addition is that when you are, saying a ritual, when you're practicing any kind of a ritual, it's best that we don't go into an autopilot mode, instead auto suggestion. So it is very important to have that self-awareness. It's like a journey. It's like every day that you need to have a self-awareness tool, right? So how can that happen? While you want to pursue, for example, if Gayatri's strength is the skill that she is doing is giving her some magical outcomes, and I want to adapt it. So it may not be working the same way how Gayatri's have been doing it. So maybe my brain style is totally different. So I need to be very aware of, first of all, to decide what are my goals, and if this tool, first I need to apply to see it. I just cannot blindly disregard or just take it and then keep hitting my head hard onto it. So we need to have that awareness of doing anything and everything at the same time, be able to apply it also. Just with awareness we're not going to get anywhere. So
Rightly said.
when you apply, thank you. So it's best to redirect that application towards something which is very purposeful, intentional, like something when you just said you're going to interact with your future self. And in Steiny's case, her goals are so different physically, also international, exposure, right? So it's going to be huge than who they are individually. So when we are asking our community members to think at that larger perspective, that's exactly what is going to keep them motivated intrinsically. So we don't have to look for external motivation at all. So remembering, just summarizing is important, is starting with self-awareness and application, self-management and self-direction. That's where we're bringing all the larger than life purpose. So these are three important steps for you to be emotionally intelligent all the time. And there is no mastery in emotional intelligence because life takes over. We do go up and down. It's just that again, going back to awareness, application, and then direction. So this essentially will add up to whatever insights our audience are picking up. Just remember this, that it's a journey and you have to circle back, right? So with that note, I'm just going to quickly say a hi to thank you, Saini, for that. Dr. Sanjesh, thank you for being there consistently. Kushi, we are Kushi to see you. Innovative Reading Express, I think this is one of our friend. Just type in your name, Uma Bhala, right? And then hi Uma Bhala, Vidya T510, hi. Thank you so much for all of you to join in. DM in the chat. So which of those insights that we have been sharing, which really seems to be really insightful for you, and which one are you going to work on it? That's more important. So give us one hack, one insight that you will pick up in the DM. And Soundra Pani Kumar, right? Soundapan Kumar. I'm so sorry butchering your name. All right, so I'm gonna come for the last section.
Brinda, is it Kushi Sinha? She's Eilichian and
Oh,
yeah.
hi Kushi.
And Uma
Hello.
Bala is my community member.
Wow.
The
Welcome.
testimonial, one of the testimonials.
Oh.
Wow. She's a live testimonial for what Gayatri is doing. Wonderful, powerful, super. So the last section, but if not the least, I'm just going to ask you. Of course, you're ready with the gifts, right? So I'm not going to let you go without that. But before that, I would like to ask, what is that one quality as a woman that you would like to not let go. This is yours. I think Saini has already, given us some picture about what you already have, Saini. But I want you to think if there is anything else, uh, you know, apart from this. So, in that meantime, I'll go to Gayatri and tell me, Gayatri, as a woman,
Okay.
that's something that.
Yeah. So initially, I was thinking that vulnerability is a weakness. And now, after raising my self-esteem, I feel this vulnerability, that is, in the sense like accepting myself, who I am, the way I am, that is the more powerful thing, to be very humble, connecting, and authentic. So I feel like I want to have that vulnerability, not to let go, and to use it in the right way, to be authentic, connecting with people, and be humble. So not like having pride. I want this vulnerability with me. But that was the one which made me come out of that victim state. So I was hating that vulnerability because I was in the victim state. But now in this powerful state, this vulnerability is something like a beautiful thing.
I know this is so powerful. Emotional intelligence is actually cemented in vulnerability because we are using our emotions to, intelligently, not just only considering the intelligent part of our five senses, but we are clubbing the emotions where we don't want to get overwhelmed. We want to take the objective approach of using our logical brain as well. Yet, being in the vulnerable stage is quite a challenge, right? Unless you practice it. And so beautifully said, it's not just for the victim to come out of it, but also for that super ego in us, and not just the inferior ego, but also that superior ego to become balanced. I think vulnerability plays a huge role to keep us in the midbrain always, right? So, so very nicely put.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Gayatri. So, Saini, are you there? Are you
Yes,
ready
yes.
with something?
In fact, yes, I mean, it's best that you guys have already spoken. What I was thinking, like, what I love being woman is the we feeling, the solidarity that we just, gain out of it. Like you were all talking about vulnerability. Now, that makes us like connected, isn't that so? All of us,
Absolutely.
just, at the, all of us have that vulnerable side of us. Now, we don't kind of deject anybody, or we do not just kind of make judgment on everybody. So what we do, rather, we pull them in our community, like how you have done to all of us. You just sent across just WhatsApp, and we all were just attracted to be in. I think that's the best part of the womenhood, is we share common things, we share feelings, common feelings, we share common experiences, and that binds us. I don't think
Absolutely.
the other gender does it. And I haven't seen my son or my husband does it. They have a chill time, and that's what they do it. But I say our connection is stronger. We kind of help each other. We kind of derive inspiration. We derive the source of energy, empowerment from each other. I think that's the best part of
Oh,
leading. I mean,
very true. No, very true. We don't want to
I
let it
I
go.
yeah, I second Sayani. 100%.
absolutely. I
Me
mean,
too.
so much from all of you. I was just feeling, wow, so nice. Such a
Right?
feeling.
Yeah, this one Insta Live theme itself has proved a lot of things. I've been breaking my resistance from the day one till
Yeah.
now,
Okay.
in a lot of ways, in a lot of dimensions. So nicely put, and I think we will continue to do so and draw inspiration amongst us, and then be able to spread this radiance to others as well. So on that note, I have the same thing. We have the power, innate power, as a woman, as a mother, we, as a wife, we always have proved generations after generation that we change the I letter to we,
Exactly.
right? WE. So we might as well want to use this in any other aspects of our life, and it's so very natural for us. We don't want to let it go, right?
Yeah.
So very nice way to end this section,
Connected.
and
Absolutely.
yeah, so feel so connected. Of course, I'll let you go only after you tell us what gifts you have for our audience. I'll go with Saini first.
All right. So since I'm a study abroad success coach, I'm a professor, I'm a mom, and I studied abroad myself. So what I'm just giving is, if you are a study abroad aspirant, then just DM me study abroad, and I will take you the 360 journey of deciding whether you are a candidate for study abroad, finding your a college, your destination, then just applying, making application, finding scholarship, and also preparing yourself for the international student experience. So that's how I do it. So I just don't let you go, because being in academics, I know what is it doesn't stop there by sending a child to abroad. It doesn't stop there. It starts actually from there, because you are not used to what is expected in your just in your engagement with education, what is that you need to do. So I do help in that sense. But there is also, you don't have to take, if you think like you are good at some level, you are not good at other level. So my services are also partial. So if you think that you have a block at any level in within this your journey, you can also DM whichever level you are just stuck. So if you are stuck in finding a destination, or stuck in finding a country, just DM country, DM course, DM program, whatever comes to your mind. That means I understand that you are stuck there, and I will handhold you. So I'll be giving a free, the moment you just send me DM, I will give you a free one-to-one counseling, and I'll just learn what you want, and you will learn what I can just deliver, and then I'll be just giving some really surprising gifts. So that I'll disclose only when we are coming for my one-to-one counseling session. So that's all I can offer, and there is many to offer, but right now I can offer this. So DM.
Excellent. I'm sure it's going to be very, very useful, especially we will definitely be in touch because now that the child has got international exposure, I think it's very, very important for everybody to be aligned. And you, as a coach who has gone through the journey yourself, you'll be the best expert to guide us through. Lovely. So, audience who's watching and who needs this services, just DM study abroad coach. Okay, and then she'll be able to get in touch with you. All right. So, Gayatri, what do you have for us?
Yeah, so I want people don't know the power of handwriting because they always look into the good or bad or neat or the beauty of the handwriting. But it's all about the way our hand goes and write a stroke that matters, that shows the personality traits, not only the traits, it also shows the health issues that the body is having. It is all seen now. And not only the health issues, it is also showing relationship issues if it is there with mother or father, or some energy disturbances there. Everything can be seen in the handwriting because whatever we conceive in the brain can be expressed only in two ways, one with speaking, another with writing. When we speak, we have this critical mind coming as a filter. We have judgment from others, so we always stop thinking before we speak. So everything does not come out completely. But when we write, there is no critical filter working. Subconscious is like pouring everything through the hand, and it's a blueprint. And now it's not it's scientifically proven after a lot of studies. Now it has come as a course that we can find so much relations with our day-to-day life, and even future diseases can also be seen. No, it may occur because of the emotional state. The state of emotion can be found out the way they are using the extra dots, the paint dots, or the stroke left side or right side. So it's an amazing thing, but I want to take this to as much as people. I want to take it so that they use it to rewire their subconscious. But for they need to taste something, no, for that. So I want to give them a real beautiful gift, a downloadable PDF which have 5 secrets that they can change in their signature to tap success or unlock their success. 5 elements, scientific elements, which needs to be present in the signature. If they change that, definitely they will see a the change in their success. It doesn't mean they need to go on changing the official records, but they can write the right way of signature 11 times a day for 66 days. That is enough. They don't need to go and
Wow.
change in the official records. There is no need to go and change the signature permanently because they're going to sign 1 or 2 times only, So you can override that writing by writing your name or the right way of signature with the 5 scientific elements 11 times a day for 66 days. 66 days is the time where the neural network is completely rewired. So that will give them an awesome breakthrough in their life. Not only that, there are a lot of other traits for which they can DM me with my signature to my inbox, so that I will give this downloadable PDF. They can use it.
Okay.
And my contact number is also there. My Instagram is there. They can follow.
Yes.
And they can come for one-on-one for further analysis
Yeah.
or any therapies they want.
So, but to
This is my
start
gift.
with, they will have to DM saying my signature. Okay.
My signature, yes.
In this episode, like whether you're watching live or somebody is watching the recording, just DM us and it'll all be tagged to all three of us. So we'll help you get into the right person. Okay. Thank you so much. That's so powerful, Gayatri. And
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you so much.
I'm just curious.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a
I
lovely.
know. I know. Saying a hi to Bulb Asuar. Hindu Balaram, hi there. And then Uma Bala, thanks for the wonderful gifts. Ooh, all right, super. So I'm just going to let you all go with my gift as well for your audience and for my audience again. So I'm doing a workshop exclusively for women, and that too free of cost for this month, where I'm teaching them 3 secrets to automate your life using emotional intelligence and 3 secrets to automate your business using artificial intelligence. So, 3 steps, 3 secrets. That's where you're going to use all these strategies to be able to automate the way you run your life using brain skills, and the way you run your business using mindset, skill set, and tool set via artificial intelligence, because that's the way to go about, because we don't have time.
Absolutely.
We definitely don't have time, don't have energy. So we need to think on those strategies which is going to save ourselves and give us that real time of freedom from time, stress, and debts. Okay, to be able to also contribute to your family as well as take care of your well-being, which is more important. So I'm going to be teaching all that secrets in this workshops. The link is given in the bio, and it's going to be conducted in this end of this month, and only for this month, this package. Okay, so with that, we've got wonderful gifts, and for me, what you're going to do is DM, EQ, and MQ. So then I'll figure out that you're interested in me. And if you're shy to DM us, it's okay. The links are there in our bio. Just check it out. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
I have already sent a message to you.
yeah, super. So thank you so much for joining in, and thanks to all of our audience, and thank you for your wonderful gifts. So we're going to put all that in the description. Follow through that.
Thank
See
you
you
so much,
sometime.
Brinda. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Brinda, for
Thank you.
inviting us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sani, for joining.
Thank you, and I'm just there, the first one to just get hold of your gift.
Sure. All right. Bye bye. See you sometime.
Bye.
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 See you.